Hello, welcome to another video. Today we're making Yorkshire pudding wraps. So we've got 100 mils of milk in there. We have 70 grams of plain flour. We're going to pour that in. Try not to do it without spilling it. I mean, I did. That's trying to get all that into that small jug was just, it's difficult. You can always use a spoon to shuffle it in. But what you also want to do at this point, before you do this, is preheat your oven to 180 and oil a tray. And you're going to want to put the tray in the oven while you're doing this, much like I think I'll do it at some point soon. Yeah, because you want nice and hot oil when you're pouring the mixture. So you've got the milk, 100 mils of milk, 70 grams of plain flour. I've made a mess. Oh dear, what am I like? Welcome to the new upgraded video versions as well. They're going to be shorter and more to the point. So these are now designed for voiceovers. I'm giving it a wee wipe because it made a mess. But yes, then you'll stick in 2 eggs. I use Centu's rich yolk eggs. I think they're brilliant for anything from scrambled egg to cooking. Brilliant. I'd recommend them. They're a wee bit more expensive, but you pay for what you get at the end of the day. That was me just putting them in the bin. And then you'll get your whisk and you'll give it a good whisk. Oh, and add salt as well. Definitely salt. You need that. You don't need any other seasonings because it's just Yorkshire puddings. So give it a good whisk. Make sure you get all the flour, get everything mixed in. I like to do this method for whisking because it's like you've got a wee electric whisk and you can control it. But yeah, I go at that round the bottom. Make sure there's no flour stuck to the bottom of the jug. You've got your mixture. Ideally, you should be having your tray in the oven while you're doing this and getting it cooked if you're on a time schedule or, for quickness. I only just put it in now for some reason. But stick it in until the oil goes hot. I stuck it in at 180 for like 10 minutes. Then it was nice and hot. And then once the oil is heated, then pour the liquid onto it because it's just the way that the Yorkshire batter reacts. So here we go, hot oil. And you pour your mixture on there. As you can see, it warps the tray a bit. Just be careful where you're placing it. Don't let it drop and spill hot oil on you because I've done that before and it hurts. Or when you're doing it and the hot oil flicks on you, it's not good. But yeah, get every drop out of there because this creates one big sheet basically of Yorkshire pudding. And then we're going to take I was undecisive there whether to use the spatula or not. I just grab the tray and get the mixture poured to fit the whole tin. It does fit the whole tin, despite the looks, but the hot oil will start cooking the bottom already, as you can maybe see at the bottom right there of the tray. It's went sort of brown. It provides just, a steady cook. And it means that when you put that mixture in the oven, it'll pop up, it'll puff. I didn't time it exactly, but just keep an eye on the oven. And, when it starts puffing up and it goes golden on the outside, take it out. Don't let it burn. So now we're going to make a thick gravy. Now, I know a lot of you will not like thick gravy, especially on roast dinners, but hear me out. You need it for this, and you need it for what I'm about to do. So, a couple tablespoons of real meat juice Bisto. You will add your balsamic. See, you can see that I've got a nice thick balsamic. Your oxo cube. Now, this trick, press the bag and break it up while it's inside the bag. And then you rip the top off it, and it all comes out. I don't know if that's any of know that, but that's a hack, or that's actually how you're supposed to use OXO cubes. Not many people know that. I didn't learn that until I moved out and got my own place. That I was one day cooking and I got an OXO cube and I was like, oh, you know what? You can actually crush that in the bag. So that's a good tip. This one I struggle with. You want to put one red wine stock cube in there. Or is it? It's red wine. Yes, it's red wine stock. Put one of them in there. This makes a fantastic gravy, by the way. It's a sweeter gravy, but when you can make it thinner. So we've got the Negris balsamic vinegar, and you can see, as from the previous video, this is more viscous and it's better for cooking, especially sauces. Add a touch of Lee Perrins in there as well, and then you've got your gravy mix. Don't add salt, because the Bisto juice and everything makes it salty enough. So we're not going to add too much water here. I think I added just over 200 mils for 2 spoonfuls of liquid. But as you'll see, as we're stirring it here, it goes extremely thick. Now, we need it because what we're going to do with this gravy is it's going to go on the wraps, the Yorkshire wraps. And it won't spill out. And you'll see what we do at the end as well, because not all of this will go on the wraps. Some of it will be used for dipping if you want to dip, or if you've got a side, you can pour it over your sides. But you'll see what we do in a minute. So you can see there, it's extremely thick. It's a very thick gravy, but you'll see that's the purpose for it. So our Yorkshire pudding's done. You can see it's nice and puffed up. It's a lovely golden colour. Honestly, I love Yorkshire puddings. They're like one of my favourite foods. We're going to cut it in half. So I use a wee pizza slicer and a wee wooden board, and we're going to cut that in half. I didn't get it quite accurate enough. I'd move over a bit this way if you were cutting it in half. And so we've got one big bit and one weird bit, which is, it's fine. It still does the job. So now I've got these roast chicken breast, sage and onion stuffing. Now, you don't have to buy meats from the shop. You can quite easily use leftovers. So if you've got a Sunday roast, a beef joint, and you've got leftover beef, stick it in there. Leftover chicken, you get the idea. If you've got leftover roast side, you can stick it in there as well. It's a fantastic recipe for use of leftovers. Or if you don't, you can just do what I did and buy chicken breast slices from Tesco. But yeah, see, we've got our thick gravy, and it spreads just nicely over the Yorkshire batter, the Yorkshire wrap here. And we want, not too much. We don't want it to overpower. I personally, after looking back at this video now, I would have added a bit more to the wraps, as you couldn't really taste the gravy unless you dipped it in. But yeah, we're going for protein here, guys. Added a whole packet per wrap. Maybe a bit extreme, but we need to hit them protein goals. Need the gains. So as I struggle to open the packet here, we've got our chicken stuffing sides. Get it filled up. Use a whole packet. Break it up a wee bit as well. Don't need to keep it whole. I don't think it's not really possible to keep it whole anyway, because you've got you've got to be able to fold it, and it will break anyway. When you see it, look at that, perfect, amazing. It's beautiful, and I recommend that you make this. This is one of my favorite recipes, especially in terms of quickness and nutrition. It's fantastic if you're watching your weight, because think about it, Yorkshire batter is literally flour, eggs, milk, a little bit of salt, and then your meat. You can't go wrong with this, guys, honestly. Your gravy might be the most calorific part, and even then you can control that. If you just take like a couple of spoonfuls of normal Bisto and use that, if you're really calorie conscious. And check that, guys. Look at that. Perfect. Very filling. If you're cooking for two, you can have sides with this. Like I say, use leftover anything to make these, or you can just make them fresh. But here we go. Added a bit of water in there to water it down, because I like a thick gravy, but not many people do. I like it quite thick, but I think the thinner gravy is good for dipping as well. So as I do in a minute. Fantastic. Also, another thing I'd recommend doing is stick it in the air fryer for a bit as well. Heat it up if you so desire. But yeah, here we go. Dip. And fantastic, guys. Well, see you the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.